Hello everyone, welcome to another Foldscope workshop series. I hope you are doing well and safe. To introduce myself quickly, I am Mohammed, a Foldscope super user and science communicator from Iraq. It has been a very wonderful experience for me to be doing science everywhere I want using Foldscope. So today I'm very excited to be sharing with you my story as part of Foldscope community engagement. Our topic will be about exploring insects' wings and the research being done to find their origin. First of all, I would like to walk you through the parts of this workshop. First, we are going to have some brief presentation as introduction for the insects world. And second, we are going to make experiments and look at the samples that I have here. Of course, they are insects, and we are going to prepare slides to see their wings. And third, is the challenge part, which is very interesting and simple. I would like to invite you all to join to keep in touch in the next couple of weeks. So now let's start, and I will be moving now to my laptop for the presentation. Hello again everyone. So now we are in the first part of this workshop, which is a quick presentation about insects world. I hope you will find it interesting and you will enjoy this session. The reason why I chose this topic is that because I found it very interesting and and you can see them and they are found. So today we are going to cover some of these questions. I will try to convey them, and we will talk about them in general. Where are they found, their species, and how to recognize them from other animals, and to know their impacts in our lives and in the whole ecosystem of animals in this planet. And to keep this presentation as engaged as possible, I'm going to leave you with an homework at the end of the slides, and which is that last question, so we will get to it at the end. So to describe briefly the insect called intervertebrate animals, and they are part of the phylum of arthropods. There are many different types of insects that makes them very diverse animals and very numerous, but they are not more than microbes, because microbes are much more found in the earth. And so the person who studies this science is called entomologist. To give you a quick 3 tip tops about insects, they are found pretty much anywhere in the nature. The second one, there are more than 10 million species. This number is estimated by scientists, and it's not discovered yet, and only 1 million is described by science, unfortunately. So this is a good opportunity for everyone who is interested. The insects species make 70% of animal species in general, and this is actually a big number, and this makes that the chances are high you get across some insect that hasn't been known before. Here, as you see, the morphology of a generalized insect. Of course, this is something in general, and there may be another insects that have different forms and different shapes, of course. The morphology means the structure, the study of structure and forms and shape of living things. So, going back to the question in the beginning, we said, how can we recognize the insects from another animals? Basically, there are 3 main parts of the insect's body and legs and wings. The body consists of the head and the thorax and the abdomen. As you see here, the thorax is consisted of pairs of legs, and also maybe if they have wings, it's connected to the thorax. The head is consisted of the eyes and the antenna. So this way we can recognize the insects from another animals. And remember, they are intervertebrate, as we said, means that they don't have exoskeleton or the backbone, just like starfish. So, moving backward to the origin of the wings in the insects. Currently, there are only 3 research theories describing this mystery. The scientists haven't found yet how the wings are being developed, and I find it very interesting subject to study it. First 2 theories are called tegral and pleural. As you see, each one describes a different scenario for the wings to be developed in the early ages of the insect. And recently, this third theory has been developed as the technology become more advanced. It's called dual origin theory. It's basically the unity of the first and second theory. To mention that these theories are not confirmed theories describing the origin of the wings, and they are still a mystery, and scientists are working to solve it. So maybe this will be a good opportunity for us also to be involved in this process and to look at different wings as much as possible and document them and post them online. So maybe find some answers in them. Coming to the importance of the insects in our world, there are 5 major important things about their impact in the world. I'm going to talk briefly about them here, and I will leave at the end a link for this article from the National Geographic if you want to learn more about them in details. The first role insects have is called providers. These insects are nearly in every food chain, so that many larger animals, birds and fish eat those insects before themselves turn and be eaten by predators. So that's why these insects are considered as a good food resource for a lot of creatures. The second one is called decomposers. Basically, decomposers, they eat the waste of natural living things, for example the plants and the another animals, and they prevent from the accumulation of the dead bodies in the nature. As for pest controllers, some insects feed on crop-threatening pests that cause harmful effects to farms and animals and cause human diseases, so they prevent making more damage to the farming industries and save millions for human beings every year. Pollinators play a vital role in the reproduction of food for animals and humans, and also for plants, because their activity, and they help in transferring the seeds all everywhere. And for example, the bees help in the pollinating the flowers and the plants. So that's why 2/3 of our food that we eat come from their activity. Soil engineers are ants who can transform an infertile land into cropland within a period of time. Without these insects, soils become barren and crops fail, also deserts expand. So For now, we have come to the end of this session. I tried to keep it as short as possible. So this is the homework that I would like to leave you with, and if you can write your answers in the Foldscope community, that would be awesome. So I will follow your answers there. And those are the resources and references I used to find the information to make this presentation. In case you would like to follow up with any further details, you are welcome. Also, I am leaving my Twitter account here below in case if anyone would like to connect with me and keep the conversation going about any other topic. I would love to do that. For now, we are at the end of our first part, and now we are going to move to the experiment, and we will get to see these, as you see in these pictures, these insects under Photoscope. We are going to prepare the slides and see how they look like. Okay, so now it's experiment time. Without any introductions, let's start preparing our slides and look at our samples that we have here. I have 6 insects in total. One of them is a surprise, actually for me too, because I haven't seen it yet, and I'm going to watch it with you all together now in this video. First of all, I'm going to show you the specimens before preparing the slides. Here, I'm going to take the Photoscope magnifier to make zoom to the samples. So let me first show you that here we have this cricket and butterfly. This is the butterfly. As you see here, this is the wing. And this is the head, the eyes, the antenna, and this is the cricket. Okay, the legs, yeah, we are going to make the slides for all of them and watch them under Photoscope also. So this was the first 2, and now I'm going to show you these 2 little ones that are completely damaged because it has been a long time since with me. Oop. This one from the grasshopper. As you see, I have lost the head and the body. I have only the legs and the wings, unfortunately, because as you keep it at home with you, it becomes rigid, and once you touch it without consciousness, it gets broken. Oh, it looks like a dragon, the mouth of dragon. So this was the grasshopper, and beside it, this is the moth. This is the moth. It has the wings, and let's see if we can see its eyes. Yeah, here you are. So I have some of the slides for these, especially for these 2. They are already prepared. So in order to not to damage it more, So I'm going to just use their slides that they are already there, and I'm going to show you them. Yeah. And last but not least, I have, before this, the new one, I have this little one here. It's called Neuroptera. I very liked it. Actually, I showed you the pictures in the pictures. It was in the presentation. Yeah. This is in the slide, so this is in the slide because I wanted to keep it and save it from any damage. Yeah. So this is the wing and the body, and the thorax and the abdomen, as we saw earlier. This one is called Neuroptera. And finally, this one is the newest one that I found. Actually, I don't know its name because it's very new and I haven't seen such one before. So let's discover this one all together. What's happening? So I have to search for this one later and make a post in the Photoscope community, so we all know what is this one. If anyone of you knows what is this, please let me know. These are the wings. By the way, I am using the LED magnifier to show you this one from close. I'm going to flip it upside down to see the head clearly. Oops. It's as if it's living. If you feel like, if you touch it, you'll feel how rigid is it, because it's dead and the whole living things is not lively. This is the head. It is slipping from my hand. Let me catch it. Yeah, so be ready to meet this one. Okay, so what do you think? Is it something new or is something already being discovered? It's green and it has the same, I guess, the same characteristics as other insects. Let me see the bottom. So here we have the legs and we have that, yes, that's reproduction tract, maybe. I don't know actually. So let's stop here for now and move on to prepare the slides. I'm going to leave this one to the last one. Now I'm going to start with these two samples from the grasshopper and the moth. that I have already prepared. It's as always, we have the slide, and I put the sample here. It's the wing, and then a piece of tape above it. So let's take out my Photoscope. Oh, it's slipping. Of course, I always have a notebook with me, because sometimes I type down some notes or some wonders if I have. So we put the sample in the front of the lens, the closest part of the lens, and then we bring the LED here we are. I have another phone here. By the way, I'm going to show you different types of light source. I'm going to use different light sources here. For now, I use the LED of Photoscope. So here we are. This is the wings. Of the moth. I will make a post in the Photoscope community for all of them later, but for now let's just walk through them as we witness this beauty. Yeah, I guess this is its leg. And you see, this is the wing. I remember when I made this slide. Oh, sorry. I guess I have to, yeah. I remember when I made this slide, I had to take different layers, take out the many layers of the wing because it was thick. So I ended up having one thin layer, and I did that by just simply putting it between tape and the slide, and then removing the tape, after that bringing it back. So at the end I had just one layer of that wing. So this is what it looks like. Layers of these things above from each other, what makes the wings of the moth. What's this green one? I guess it's oh my god, this thing looks strange. It's blue and it looks like something I haven't seen before. I don't remember. It's like another type of organisms that have been developed here in the wings during that I left it unused. Okay, so anyone who knows what is this? I don't know actually. These are the, I guess, the filaments. This looks like the filaments of the wings. Yeah, that's it for now for this sample. Let's move on to the next one. Now we are done with the wing of moth, and second I will have the wing for grasshopper. I have the wing for it here already. Just simply going to put it in the slide here, as you see, and bring the tape. Just simply put the tape here above it, and then in the Photoscope. So now let's see. I would like to also, in this while we are looking at these samples, to share with you my thoughts about using Foldscope. For me, it has been like this journey and like an open-ended world, and that I feel like I am an always continuous investigator and researcher. All these feelings motivate me to keep making more research and learning more, as well as to share this passion with others in my community, because I see that many times people miss this kind of experience. So I feel everyone should have an opportunity to see this one and practice it. So now here we are looking at the wings of grasshopper. The focus is sometimes, yeah. As you see, each one of the wings looks different from different insect. That's why I think that the shapes of these insects could contribute a lot to the development of the research, to find their origin. So if we can make more samples and publish them, maybe it could be a great database to solve this mystery. It's quite fascinating how they are being developed and why they look like, which it makes it a texture like it's like a skin. It looks like a skin for me. Yeah, so this one was the second sample, and now we are going to move on to the third one, which is the Neuroptera. So I feel like keeping to looking at these samples and making more explorations, it gives like someone a sense of having a new hobby. Because like, why would someone actually, I'm thinking, why would someone think to study this science? For some people, maybe it's because of an like hobby to make a collection of the samples they watch, and to identify different life forms of these creatures. And maybe for some people they consider it as life work, but in both cases the enjoyment and the fun happens. So this is the wings of the Neuroptera, as I showed you before. It has like it looks like a hair in the wings, and here in between the leg, the canals, there is tiny little transparent tissue-like space. So here as you see, there are like in between these two, it looks like something very transparent. I'm excited to see other insects from different parts of the world. So if you have ever found any insect around and maybe it's dead, or if you could catch one, but please be make sure you are safe, and because some insects are harmful, so be careful. So now I have been using the Foldscope LED, but now I'm going to also try another form of light source, which is using a portable light. Some forms of the this was the wings of Neuroptera. So as you see with the LED magnifier, we can see another view for the wings. I have took pictures for this a lot. I will share it in the community later. So as you see, so with the under Photoscope, sometimes we can't get the bigger picture for the samples. So I use these kind of lights along with the LED magnifier to zoom in and see the bigger picture for the samples that I use. As you see here. Yeah, so that's it. This was another way to look at the samples, and now actually we are halfway in looking at our samples. Now we finished the first part, which was I'm going to start with the cricket and take one of its wings. Of course we can look at its legs and head, other stuff, but for today we will be going with only wings to find the mystery, maybe one day. So this is the wing. Again, I'm going to show you it with the LED magnifier and show you the difference, the bigger picture, and after that I will move to the Foldscope. I guess this one will not look very clear under Photoscope because it's kind of thick. Yeah, we need to make it layer by layer. Let's try it in the light source. Yeah, as you see, when we have a strong light source, more details we can see. So to get this view, it's sometimes tricky to see this directly under Photoscope. So we can take endless notes looking at these structures, and also we can draw them and make a collection of art of the wings. Actually, that is a cool title for a notebook. I hope you are enjoying already the workshop. Please let me know if you have later any questions. I would be happy to elaborate more. Okay, so let's move to the Photoscope and see what are the changes in the view. Okay, let's see what we have here. For me now, it is looking not bad, but in the video it is more out of resolution, and I guess this is normal because it is being recorded directly from the screen to screen. That's why. As I told you before, I'm going to document all of these and share it with you. Okay, so now it looks more better, I guess. It's very cool. Each time I see the wings, I ask myself what would look like the wing of another insect, because is there any limit for this creativity in the design? So this is the butterfly. I'm just going to take I guess this one's too much, so I'm going to make it two pieces to have it to control the sample. by the way, what do you think? Can we make a library of wings and post it online platform, and we collect as much as we can, so we will have a strong database? I really hope this idea gets developed and we see more initiatives. Wow, this one looks beautiful. See, this is exactly what I am seeing now. It looks like a brush of the brush that we use for drawing. Let's move around and see what we have else. We have these canals. I'm pretty sure these are for transferring the nutrition, and these are the veins actually. Yeah. These are more darker places because they are thick. This is the vein. Yeah, for the butterfly, I just remembered I read a fun fact about butterflies that if their body temperature are below than 87, so they can't fly. This is actually very interesting, and maybe it's for some reason that belongs to their system, and maybe it's related to the wings also itself. And it is estimated that their number of species are around 20,000 butterflies. So it's very likely to see one that it hasn't been discovered yet. So what actually excites me about insects, that they are front of us and we can see them with our naked eyes, and it is maybe easier to catch them or maybe to find them, like so. Of course the microbes also are very different world, and each one of them has its different taste. Yeah, as you see. It's just magnificent. So now I'm going, let's see just with another light how it looks like, the bigger picture of the sample. Oh yeah, so if you remember, I told you there were darker places when we were looking under Photoscope. Yeah, so the darker places are those ones with black color. Actually, sometimes because of the light source, you might see the sample in different color. So as we see here, it looks like golden, but under Photoscope it was looking like more sky color, like light blue. If you remember, I told you the brushes. To the last part, which is the new insect that I found. First of all, I'm going to take a couple of pictures of it directly with the phone, because I'm afraid if I damage it while I use it. So actually I don't know if they are flying insects or not. Yeah, some insects have, most of them have 3 pairs of legs and 2 pairs of wings, and this one also has the same. And if you remember, if we told that the insects consist of, to recognize the insects, it has the head, the body, in the body, and the thorax and abdomen, along with the legs and wings. So now we have this, the wing. I'm going to show you the wing here directly in the video using the Photoscope magnifier. So these things, they are not too small to just need a lens, microscopic lens, but also you can see it with the magnifier kit. So now this is without direct light source. Now we are going to bring the light source and see what change we will see. Not so much difference, except we see them, we see the lines more clearly, and it looks more resolution. Yeah. So now let's see how it looks like under. So basically between the canals there is that transparent layer, so that's why the light is looking so much powerful, so we are not able to see in details. Yeah, but here if you see that filaments or hairs around the canal, yeah, do you see them? Yeah. Okay, anyway, so I don't want to take too much of your time, so I'm going to try to end quickly. And this was our last sample we are looking, and unfortunately I don't know its name yet, so if anyone of you knows this one, please let me know. I hope this is enough for now, and I will try to make more better videos of these samples to share with you. And for now, let's end with the challenge part. I'm going to share with you some of the points that I have in my mind for the challenge. Wow, we have reached the last part of this workshop after 1 hour. Thank you for watching, and I hope you enjoyed it and it was a good time for you. I have wrote some notes for the challenge, so to show you, first of all, I am inviting you to make a collection of an interesting topic for you, and decide to take the samples and make experiments for 10 days. So you make a commitment for yourself, and at the end of the 10th day you will share these samples and document them in the Foldscope community. Also, please try to invite your friends to join this challenge as well, so we all together create this atmosphere remotely of doing science at home, as we all need some refreshment. So from my side, I am very excited to be challenging myself to be doing a collection of the wings, and I am looking forward to sharing with you my posts. I hope you will join this challenge so we get to know each other more during the discussions. Lastly, to end this workshop, I would like to thank each one of you for spending your time watching this video. Please take care of yourself and be safe. Let's always keep exploring and doing science at home and outside if possible. I hope you reach your goals and we all try to make the world a better place using science as a tool. Bye!